You didn't know I was Finnish? Okay. Wanna hear a Finnish joke? What's the difference between Finnish wedding and Finnish funeral? There's one less drunk at the Finnish funeral. No, I'm not drunk. Why? Marge, who is also known by her initials MTG, is truly one of the strangest political creatures the US has ever created.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
She is a member of the Republican Party and currently the US representative for Georgia's 14th congressional district. MTG represents the US demographic that believes in some of the craziest conspiracy theories. Don't believe me? Here's some examples. She has promoted PizzaGate, a theory that claims there is a sex trafficking ring working from a basement of a pizza place in Washington, D.C. Then there are the claims that Hillary Clinton is responsible for multiple murders, also linking her to pedophilia and human sacrifice.
Stop it. Get some help.
She's also claimed the Democratic Party elites are responsible for a satanic child sex trafficking ring, that the US government organized mass shootings, and of course one of the classics, that 9/11 attack on Pentagon was fake. In addition to spreading conspiracy theories created by other people, she's come up with some of her own. She's claimed that the deadly wildfires in California in 2018 were started by Jewish space lasers.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is very known for a very famous post in 2018 where she blamed the California fires on a Jewish space laser gun.
Now, you did, didn't you? Because I've read that post. I went and got it, and I read it. November 17, 2018, you posted a long thing on Facebook that was just complete gobbledygook.
This woman, everybody knows she's crazy.
MTG was so deep in the rabbit hole that she published a total of 59 articles for the now defunct conspiracy theory website, American Truth Seekers. In 2018, she was also moderating a Facebook page for the Family America Project, an organization known for posting death threats against Democrats, racist posts against the Obamas, and generally supporting the wackiest conspiracy theories out there.
And for Congress, she was a conservative commentator, posted on Facebook a lot. She repeatedly indicated that she supported executing Democratic members of Congress, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. There was a post in which, and this is really graphic stuff, somebody said a bullet to the head would be an easier way to remove Pelosi, and Greene liked that comment.
If someone challenged any of her ridiculous claims, she calls them communist or tells them to f*** off.
Seems to attract lots of conspiracy theorists.
Well, let me tell you, you're a conspiracy theorist.
No, you are.
What about Jewish space lasers? Tell us about Jewish space lasers.
No, why don't you go talk about Jewish space lasers, and really, why don't you f*** off? How about that?
Thanks, thank you very much.
MTG found conspiracy theories long before she got into politics, and she was promoting far-right QAnon conspiracy theory already back in 2017. QAnon revolved around a mystery online persona Q that, according to QAnon believers, predicts the future with high accuracy. She suggested that many of the things claimed by Q, whom she refers to as Patriot,
Q is a patriot. We know that for sure.
Have really proven to be true. They were not, and she was wrong as usual.
I'm not surprised.
Q, who was allegedly administrated by Paul Ferber and later Ron Watkins, made so many cryptic predictions that never happened that most QAnon cultists eventually left the movement. But not Marge, she was all in.
Somebody stop me!
Maybe that all these scary things that people talk about on what's considered conspiracy sites and conspiracy theories really may be true.
She has even made statements like this.
There's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to take this global cable of Satan-worshiping pedophiles out. And I think we have the president to do it.
The president, of course, was Donald Trump, whom Marge absolutely worships. In 2020, when she was running for the House of Representatives, Marjorie distanced herself from QAnon, claiming she no longer had connection with the movement and mentioned having found misinformation.
Like a lot of people today, I had easily gotten sucked into some things I'd seen on the internet, but that was dealt with quickly early on. I never campaigned on those things. That was not something I believed in. That's not what I ran for Congress on, so those are so far in the past.
In the eyes of Donald Trump, Matt Gaetz, and Charlie Kirk, Marjorie was apparently the perfect candidate to represent the US demographic who love guns, conspiracy theories, and possibly opiates too.
Oh, that's some good shit.
That's why all of them started strongly supporting her candidacy. And why wouldn't they? She doesn't believe in evolution, advocates for a national divorce between red states and blue states, endorses political violence and public hangings, hangs out with extreme far-right militia groups like the Oath Keepers, and so on. And with no real opponents in the horizon, we'll probably see that MDG craziness in the US Congress in the near future too. Yay! In addition to conspiracy theories, Marge also absolutely adores and loves Russia and its leader Vladimir Putin. Greene identifies as a Christian nationalist, which may also explain the close relation with the Russians. Putin has been described as a global leader of the Christian nationalist movement. And like any good Christian, Marge has demonstrated her faith by openly cheating on her husband with the polyamorous tantric sex guru and later with another dude from her gym. The latter later commented that I have no interest in talking about anything to do with that woman. Everything with her comes to no good. Wiser words have never been spoken. In one interview, Marge said that she wants to bring her faith and family values to Washington, but it's still unclear if she's about to get sexual with tantric sex gurus inside the Congress.
Yeah, I bet she will.
Throughout the Russia-Ukrainian war, Moscow March has promoted Kremlin propaganda, including claims that Ukraine is a Nazi state and that NATO has been supplying the neo-Nazis in Ukraine with powerful weapons and extensive training, ending her post with the hashtag NATO Nazis. She really did that, I'm not joking. We can safely say that she has promoted every narrative and fairy tale the Kremlin has put out since their invasion of Ukraine and before. At the beginning, she stated that Ukraine kept poking the bear, and this is why Russia invaded. She's also claimed that there is no win for Ukraine in this war. Naturally, March has voted against every sanctions proposal against Russia and aid package for Ukraine.
Under Republicans, not another penny will go to Ukraine.
She's also spread the Kremlin narrative of Ukraine attacking Christians, executing priests, and that Russia is protecting Christianity.
But let's talk about what this really is, Steve. This is a war on Christianity. The Ukrainian government is attacking Christians. The Ukrainian government is executing priests. Russia is not doing that. They're not attacking Christianity. As a matter of fact, they seem to be protecting it.
What the fuck did you just say?
In 2024, Moscow March proposed an amendment to a bill on Ukraine that would require all members of the House voting in favor of the bill to enlist in the Ukrainian army.
That bitch crazy.
There's nobody that fought against the $61 billion Ukraine aid package harder than Marjorie. She's been constantly attacking the House Speaker and fellow Republican Mike Johnson, stating that he was working for the Democrats and that his speakership was over. And the Kremlin absolutely loves Mrs. Greene's antics. In one of their foreign policy documents, one Russian policy expert specifically calls on Russia to continue to facilitate the coming to power of isolationist, right-wing forces in America. Translation: the Kremlin wants and needs more Marjorie Taylor Greenes.
No, thank you. No, thank you. All good.
This is the uniparty for the American people watching.
Gentlelady will suspend.
She's also accidentally helped Ukraine by creating a whole merchandise product line by coining the term Make Ukraine Great Again, or MUGA for short.
The uniparty is Make Ukraine Great Again.
This was done at one of the several press conferences Moscow March so much loves, this time trying to oust the House Speaker Mike Johnson for enabling the Ukraine aid in April of 2024. It took the social media and fundraiser movement NAFO less than 24 hours to create Mulga mugs and shirts. I'm sure Ukraine is extremely grateful to MTG's efforts. To conclude, Marjorie Taylor Greene is a racist, homophobe, gun-crazy conspiracy theorist who for some reason supports most, if not all, authoritarian regimes around the world. I mean, even Donald Trump has distanced himself from Marjorie due to her unhinged activities.
We had witnessed 9/11, the terrorist attack in New York, and the so-called plane that crashed into the Pentagon. It's odd, there's never any evidence shown for a plane in the Pentagon.
I'm sure we will see some funny campaigns from Moscow March in the future too, but at this point nobody takes the lady seriously anymore.
As far as the street's concerned, she's a joke.
Oh, and before you go, one more classic from Mrs. Greene. She has referred to the US Capitol Police as gazpacho police, confusing the delicious Spanish soup gazpacho with the secret police of the Nazi Germany Gestapo. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Kremlin Files, but for now, I say goodbye to you, my friends. We'll meet again soon.